Leaders' questions. Ceist Ibrahim, Deputy Andy Kenny.
Well, I hope it doesn't turn out like some of the other things you've been in charge of. At least you'll be able to get away legitimately to do business on behalf of the country. Taoiseach, I want to ask you this morning about the bonus culture that's alive and well in the banks. Now, the Minister for Finance gave misleading information to the Dáil here recently when he said that there were no bonuses being paid. And the information given by the Minister was given to him falsely by the Bank of Ireland in respect of bonuses paid to personnel working in the Bank of Ireland. I want to know, in the context of accountability, have the government found out the circumstances in which a person or persons in the Bank of Ireland informed the Minister for Finance that bonuses were not paid, and if so, who authorised that? Secondly, what is the significance and role of the public interest directors in this matter? Were they asleep when this information was being given to the Minister for Finance? The Taoiseach is well aware that £3.5 billion has already been paid to this bank and more to follow. And the point is that the increased taxes and the levies and the charges, Taoiseach, being paid by every worker in the country goes exclusively to pay those bonuses. And this is not right. These banks are running rings around the government. So I'd like to know, have you determined, at the Department of Finance, who authorised the giving of false information to the Minister for Finance? Secondly, have you sought a report from the public interest directors who should have been aware that these bonuses were being paid? And thirdly, can you tell the House the amount of money that has been paid out in bonuses to personnel in the Bank of Ireland, and is it your intention to claw that back at a tax of 90%?
Well, first of all, can I say to Deputy Kenny that information provided by the Bank of Ireland to the Department of Finance to the effect that no performance-related bonuses were paid was incorrect. The bank has apologised to the Department for this, and the Minister for Finance views this issue very seriously, and an intensive investigation of the additional payments made by Bank of Ireland since the introduction of the guarantee scheme is underway. The Minister is eager to see this investigation concluded as quickly as possible. And if wrongdoing is found to have been occurred, then there will of course be consequences. Any additional information which comes to light will be made available to the House.
Supplementary.
I asked you a couple of other questions, Taoiseach. I asked you what is the responsibility and the role of the public interest directors. Have you called those in to have from them whether any information was given about these bonuses or not? Secondly, what is the amount of money that has been paid out in these bonuses? Are we to believe here now that the Taoiseach of the country, the head of government, is in a position where he doesn't know or hasn't the information as to how much has been paid out in these bonuses when every single worker in the country is paying for it? And the point is that it seems as if government do not understand the gulf of unfairness that exists in Ireland today. People in their thousands, Taoiseach, want to help get our country out of the mess that you and your governments before you have led us into. They want to help, but they want to contribute in a way that their contribution is respected and is fair. This is not fair. The bonus culture is not just confined to the banks. The NAMA chief executive gets a salary of €430,000 plus a 60% bonus. A 60% bonus. The chief executive of NTMA earns almost €500,000 and gets an 80% bonus. An 80% bonus. And no public service pay cuts have been applied to the NTMA. This has to end, Taoiseach. The workers of the country who are getting their reduced salaries over the coming weeks know full well that those decreases in their salaries are going to pay these banks and these bonuses, and you should put a stop to it. The Fine Gael party proposed an amendment in legislation that where bonuses were paid like this, that they be clawed back. Now let me repeat my question. How much has been paid to the Bank of Ireland officials in bonuses? What has been the responsibility of your public interest directors? Have you called in Mr. Walsh and his colleague to have a report from them? Do you intend to claw back and put an end to this bonus culture which is driving a sense of unfairness in Irish people, which is causing in part the anger and the frustration that was evident at public meetings all over the country? If you're in charge, then demonstrate it.
Well, the government is in charge, and as I've said, when the Department of Finance obtained the information that this was the case, having been told incorrectly that there were no performance-related bonuses, that is something that they've taken up and an intensive investigation has been carried out, and I've made it clear that consequences will follow if wrongdoing is proved to have taken place. And obviously I personally and the government would be very much condemnatory of any situation which didn't comply with the directives the government had given in relation to these matters. Information was sought, misinformation was obtained, apologies were tendered by the Chief Executive of Bank of Ireland to the Minister and to the Department as a result. An intensive investigation is taking place, and as soon as that comes forward, we will provide all details to the House. That is a proper exercise in accountability, where the Minister, obviously when the investigation is completed, we'll know how much. The investigation is underway. No, the investigation is underway, Deputy. This issue was a parliamentary question, was put down by Deputy Burton, I think, to Minister Lenihan recently, so last week. So the issue is, Deputy, it has been taken up at the highest level. We have indicated as a government that this is not acceptable. We have sought the detailed information by way of investigatory method, and we are now going to ensure that the details are provided to the House, to the public, and that the people will know if there were any wrongdoing done, that it will be followed up and there will be consequences, and serious consequences. As soon as possible when the investigation is completed.
I did not challenge the intellectual capacity of the leader of the Labour Party. I said the motion was ill-timed and ill-judged.
Ill-timed and ill-judged. Well, I couldn't agree more with you.